When stretching the body, we usually think of stretching the muscles. But for now, let's expand our minds to stretching our whole body. The nervous system, the arteries and veins, the lymphatic system, and all the organs and glands. The ligaments and tendons, as well as the muscles. And although it's basically impossible, think about stretching your bone marrow, the stroma in your bones where blood is created. Try to see these as 7 main pathways that qi flows through, 8 if we include our brain. So 8 main energy systems that we can increase the qi in or deplete it from. The nervous system, the arteries and veins, lymphatic system, all the organs and glands, so the endocrine and other systems, ligaments and tendons, the muscles, bones and bone marrow, where blood is created, and your brain. With all of these systems, we have various forms of water, of blood, plasma, and a whole range of chemicals and hormones, along with a lot of electricity that runs the brain and nervous system. In Kundalini bodywork, we are learning to see the physical connections to emotional energy. From a biological perspective, the energy, the electricity or information is transported through our nervous system, which includes the central nervous system, CNS, and the peripheral nervous system, PNS. So the nerves in the center of our spine and the nerves to the periphery, the nerves coming off the spine that connect to all the organs, glands, and body parts. And if we simply think of this in relation to shaking in the masculine and shaking in the feminine, then the CNS, the central nervous system, so our spine is masculine, and the PNS, the peripheral nervous system, thus all of the organs and glands that govern emotions, would be feminine. The CNS and PNS, the central and peripheral nervous systems, include both the sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves, which we covered earlier. The vagus nerve is mainly parasympathetic, with sympathetic nerves running alongside it to the heart. The vagus nerve therefore plays a major role in governing the rest and digest functions of our heart, lungs, and digestive tract. But all the nerves connect to and pass through the spinal column, the masculine pathway, and the throat, except for the ones going up into our mind above our spine, of course. So the vagus nerve, being the longest cervical nerve, which runs through the neck, means that we can say that nearly every nerve in the body runs through here. So working with the vagus nerve in layman's terms means stretching not the muscles in your neck, but all the nerves in your neck before they go into your spine and become totally protected. So we just focus on the vagus as it governs the heart, lungs, and gut. Thus, we really benefit from stretching it. So stretching the vagus nerve is in part a mental exercise of connecting our mind to our nervous system to bring more awareness to our spine, to the jura, the protective sheath around the spine. The jura around the spine is to the nervous system and spine what the fascia is to muscles, just much harder to stretch with our body alone. When we learn to de-armor the body, we learn to look for connection through the muscles and the fascia. So when learning to work with the nervous system through the neck, the vagus nerve, we are looking for conscious connection through the peripheral nervous system to the glands and organs, because this is where we build up the most emotional information. Really, we can stretch the neck how we like, in a way that feels good, as long as we use the breaths we learned in the opening sequences to get us into the parasympathetic nervous system. The movements don't matter as much as keeping them conscious. So changing the movement when a predict and control movement arises to keep our focus and attention on what we are connecting to through the spinal column, the CNS, when we stretch the vagus nerve. But actually just all of the nerves in the throat that connect to all of the other nerves in the body, This could be the liver, the left kidney, the right testicle, or ovary as examples. We want to expand our ability to physically pick up on etheric information, to have empathy for another human being, and to also physically understand our own emotional information through our glands and nervous system, as well as the endocrine and the nervous systems of other people. The distinction here is an unfathomable one for the mind. Working with polarity and duality, with the differences in masculine and feminine energies, we come to know more truth, to know separation and integration happen simultaneously within ourselves and others, that our energetic bodies can read the physical and emotional pain of others, and then when we feel their pain in our body, sympathy pains, lovers get these a lot, as do very empathic people. So learning more about this and enabling ourselves to do it deliberately also allows us to protect ourselves, to create healthy boundaries, and turn being overly or very empathic into a gift, a strength, one that we can use to have better relationships with both our nervous system and our energetic and emotional bodies. I'd like you to see these exercises more like play. Learn to feel stretching your body as a playful act, simply making up exercises that feel good from the fundamentals of breath and self-de-armoring that you've learned in this course. Don't be overly focused on technique. Just make sure that you have all of the self-de-armoring techniques and other breaths correct. And then let the energy and desire to stretch your nervous system, the desire to flow your body as it surrenders more to your breath and more to your emotions. There are numerous ways to stretch the vagus nerve. You can read books solely about this amazing nerve. But for now, deep breath in through the nose. Look left as you breathe out through the mouth. Breathe into the middle through the nose. And then now, as you're breathing out your mouth, and start looking to the right while making sound, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers as you breathe all the way out, and then breathe back into the center. This breaks connections through the connective tissue, through the fascia. You can even go one step further and move your jaw and wiggle your toes and move your neck on a long, deep out breath from the belly, out through the mouth, all the way out, every last drop of air out before you need to tense too much, and stay relaxed on the inhale. So you really get and understand this breath, I'm just going to repeat what I said, almost word for word, as it is absolutely key to self-de-armoring. Deep breath in through the nose. Look left as you breathe out through the mouth. Breathe into the middle through the nose. And now as you breathe out through your mouth and you look to the right, wiggle your toes. Start to break connections through the connective tissue, through the fascia. You can even go one step further and move your jaw as you wiggle your toes. And move your neck. On a long, deep out breath from the belly, out through the mouth, all the way out, every last drop of air out before you need to tense so much, and stay relaxed on inhale. Now keep repeating. You can even try it with half neck rolls, or by engaging and then pushing the shoulders away. Be 100% sure of this breath, the de-armoring, releasing breath, the Ujjayi out through the mouth and in through the nose breath. Always breathing while moving, never holding the breath, soft stomach and soft belly. If you're advanced already, then pump your PC muscle a few times while you keep your belly soft. Now focus on your vagus nerve. Take your mental focus through your spine. Hold your liver on the right side. Just feel the bone of your lower rib. Now connect with the breath to the liver, through the vagus and the spine and the neck. Breathe out again, moving the neck. Try to notice how quickly we can feel emotion when we use these breathing and de-armoring techniques compared to when we stretch the body in tension with a firm stomach and nose breathing. Breathe slow and notice how you feel your face, your eyes, and everything else. Each time before you move into a self-de-armoring practice, try this simple method on 1 or 2 glands. We can also de-armor the nerves immediately peripheral to the vagus by simply grasping first one side and then working with the techniques from the self-de-armoring video. Just be careful not to press and pinch too hard, and to make sure that you're looking for and focusing on what you're connecting to more than pressing. So make sure you know what organ or gland you're connecting to through your vagus nerve while you de-armor the muscles in your neck and everything connected to the vagus.